Hey guys, Tails here, back with another video. This is, once again, I say this every time, but it's actually going to be probably a shorter video, a short little vlog video, because honestly, I just made one a couple of days ago, and I said that I'd hit 400, but I was like maybe 2 or 3 subs away when I made that video 4. And, a couple of days ago, I actually hit it. I put out the word on my comic book Tame on Webtoon. I was like, yo, sorry, kind of haven't updated in a year, a little awkward. This is why. And I had a couple people come over from there to support me, so that's amazing, fantastic. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me that people will come from an art thing where I post a comic to support me on YouTube, because I get that it's completely different. Like, I told them that I'm not really talking about art, at least not yet. In the future, I'm going to start integrating a little more, but this was like kind of like the first step. I wasn't expecting a large response because, like I said, I haven't posted there in like a year. So even just getting a few people coming over was just amazing, and I really appreciate that. And I actually do, and I don't think they realize this, but by doing that, they helped me reach my year goal, which was to get 400 subs. I have no problem releasing that information now. I might have mentioned it before, but my goal was it was originally to, like, let's just say I have my realistic goal, and then I have my slightly more unrealistic goal, then I have my probably not going to happen, but let's shoot for the stars. My slightly less realistic goal was only 100 off, about 500. Around halfway through the year, I was like, I don't think I'm going to quite make the 500, but I think I would be quite happy, and I think I might make the 400, so that was my goal. It's not a huge deal if I hit these goals or not. It's just kind of a motivation and a booster for me. If you don't set goals, then it's part of any kind of creation. You gotta set goals. You don't necessarily have to meet them, but it's something to work for, something to strive for, and it's just fun. It's just fun to hit these little goals as you go along, and be like, hey, we did it, we hit 400, and to know that I did. Sometimes you shoot too high, and you gotta lower your bar just a little. Like, honestly, to get 400 subscribers in a year is just insane. Like I said, this isn't the first online platform thing I've done, so I know that generally in the past it has taken me like years to several months to get to this point, but I was not necessarily trying. I wasn't as confident. I wasn't as like where I am today. Like, I had to do some growing. I had to learn. I had to put myself in front of the camera. Like, I'm always one of those people where I am apprehensive to talk about my work, not because it's like I've come across those artists and stuff before, I've come across those creators before who just talk about themselves and only themselves and how great and how amazing they are, and, ooh, check out my work, I'm so amazing, I'm so good, I'm so great at everything I do, and the rest of you all are just peasants. Like, I've come across so many of those artists, and I have a strong negative emotion towards them, and I try so hard not to be that artist, to the point where I kind of undersell myself, and I really need to start pushing myself out there more. That's part of what this YouTube channel was. I did try a YouTube channel again in the past, I said, but also the platform I feel wasn't really there for me yet. Like, before VTubers came along, the videos that were doing well were the ones where, you had the person on the screen. It was more interactive, like face cam. I never had the confidence to do that. So now that I have a platform where it's technically a face cam, but more fun, and it more ties in to my art and cartoony stuff, because I'm like an anime cartoon character. Then this character, I'll be going over this more, but like with the updates, like, it's kind of just modified from the basics right now, but with the updates, it's definitely going to turn into one of my more of my style of character, the looks and everything, and the design. Like, I have my own designs coming in. We're going to have a bit more Tailskip flair in there eventually, and that will be my tie-in, guys. I finally found it. I said, remember early in the year, some of you, I was find a way to tie my art into this channel, but I haven't quite figured it out yet. I think I finally figured it out, and I would definitely like to get some kind of drawing videos or something going eventually, but it's just finding, like, I can't draw and talk at the same time. I get distracted, and like, you know, you make a mistake and it just, you have to erase it, start over. It's not turning out right and you get frustrated. That always seems to happen with me when I'm recording, but if I'm just recording in the background, it's fine. But it's also going to be a pretty probably boring video if I just post like a speed drawing. Like, I want to have a speed drawing and something else. Like, I always seem to go through these steps where I just slowly figure stuff out. I've finally figured out the tie into my art, and I'm hoping to finally figure out the tie into my drawing and actually getting some kind of entertainment going on while I'm drawing, so it's not just a drawing video. Who knows? We'll get there eventually, but I would like to start spreading the word of my art a little more. Don't worry, it's not going to take over the channel. It'll just be like everything else, just another slot in the random stream of TalesKit videos. You guys are always getting this. I also have thought about reviving my Deviantart. Cringe. I cringe just thinking about Deviantart these days. It has such a stigma, but they've updated it a lot. I haven't really explored it yet. It seems a lot more chaotic and a lot less user-friendly than when I first joined. I don't even know how I revive that. But, yeah, DeviantArt is slowly going to try and connect with the people there again. I don't really know. DeviantArt, as I said, is kind of a place. I remember back in my day when I was first on DeviantArt, you know, it was a more chill place. It was early days of the internet. It wasn't as crazy there. I mean, it was like also the main hub for art where everybody went. And then, of course, I think it was Tumblr that came along, and you could upload your questionable content, and people drifted over there. And then there was other media, and everybody just kind of drifted away from DeviantArt. So I feel like the site overall, this is just my opinion, but I might be wrong. I feel like DeviantArt is just kind of, it's had its heyday and it's still there. It's hanging in there. I don't know. I haven't seen it make a resurgence. Nobody really talks about it too much. So it's like, I don't want to totally abandon it. Like, that's where I got my start. That's where I started, where I first started posting my art. Fun story. I'm like 14-year-old little Tales, and I come across DeviantArt, and when I first saw the site, I thought it was just for like professional artists and stuff, so I didn't really think too much on it, and I kept stumbling across it, and I finally looked into it. I'm like, oh, literally anyone can post here. So then I made my account. What was I into drawing back then? I think the first thing I uploaded was like a little cat character I had called Tails. Origin story. My name is I'm a kid, okay? I'm obsessed with cats. That was the thing. That was the thing when I was a kid. It was all about the cats, and I loved cats. And it was just like this little orange cat character that I used to called Tails. I liked Tails the Fox from Sonic, and so, you know, but then I put a Z on it because it was more edgy and more cool, and that's just what we do. This is what you do, right? When you're a teenager, you take anything with an S and put a Z on it. It just makes it infinitely cooler. So that's where that came from. So the first part of my story, a reveal. So Tails, this cat character. Then my DeviantArt name was longer. I will take that name to my grave. There's very few people who probably even remember that name, but it used to be longer, and then it became TalesKit. But yes, the little orange cat character was like the first two things I drew on there, and I think I was into Lilo and Stitch at the time. But then Danny Phantom came along, and then there was this Danny Phantom art. Around Danny Phantom, I came up with my like own original Danny Phantom character, and he was quite popular, and he did quite well. I'll make more in-depth videos in the future. But anyway, just in passing, I made that character, and I started making comics with that character, based on Danny Phantom. Like, not cringy fan comics, let's just say that. Insert your OC into a story with other characters, and then after that, kind of got into My Little Pony. That's it. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna bust the door wide open, guys. I wasn't a brony or Pegasus or anything. I like cartoons. I never grew up. I never grew out of cartoons, so I was gonna like it regardless. But the thing that drew me to the My Little Pony fandom was just the creativity. Like, back then, people were making animations and songs and comics, and just the level of creativity from this community was like unlike anything we'd really ever had before. Like, to see an animation made by like random people who are making full-on games, and to just see this community at work, I think that's really what drew me in. And obviously I like the show, like I'm a grown child, we just accept this. But yeah, just gonna rip that band-aid off. We did have a phase, but if it wasn't for that phase, that is the time when I discovered that I liked making comics. And then I started to actually make my own original comics. And there was one comic, the original, and then there was Engine 999, I think, which is still on my Deviantart. Deviantart is the same as my name here, without the VR, obviously. But that one was 9. I want to get back to Engine 999 one day. Just finding the time. It was basically about this conductor, and he has a train, and he can like travel through dimensions and just literally go anywhere. And yeah, I would like to revisit that one day, but for now I'm kind of focused on the Tame series, which is my 3rd series. Infinitely better. Like, I would do things differently if I was to do Engine 999, but we're not getting into that. People read that and they enjoyed it, and I still get people asking me today if I'm going to carry on my 2 original series. I'm like, oh god, I'm only one person and I just have so many projects going on. Maybe hopefully one day. But I still have these people who have been loyal to me for all that time, and it's crazy to think. And now, like, after trying to do comics and not really landing, like, I've always wanted to do like art and stuff full time, but it is so hard to go it alone and build an audience. Like, I've always had the loyal audience who enjoys my content, and I get the positive comments, but it's reaching the wider platform, and here we find ourselves at YouTube. Now, my main focus, I do have an art channel on YouTube, and that was cringy, so cringy. But we did that. Then we evolved. Now here we are. We're on VRChat, where we are communicating more. We are growing. We are evolving. But anyway, yeah, I've had quite the online journey, and I may as well just tell you guys, because honestly, I can cringe and want to die about this stuff when I think about it. Which it's on the internet. You guys gonna find it anyway. But yeah, that is a brief history of my life on the internet. And so to like come here and to not really interact with the art side much for like a year, and then tell them, hey, I'm over here, and then they drift over and come check it out. That's just amazing to me. Like, I honestly think, again, this comes back to the personal thing. Like, I never think my stuff, like any artist usually never thinks their stuff is good enough, but you always get those loyal readers. And just because I was kind of, especially with the first few comics, I was literally like a nobody. I had like 10 subs, and to be here like 10-15 years later, since I started making my first comic, and having someone ask me, are you going to finish this? That's crazy. Like, to have that level of support is just insane. Like, they're still here. They're still wanting more, even after all this time. And I feel kind of bad, but I can only work on so many projects at once, unfortunately. But yeah, I want to go back. I want to finish all those, but oh my goodness, there's just not enough time. And we out here moving on. But they're never off the table. Finishing that work is never off the table. Even if I get told to draw one day and I just have to stand here and make a video and explain how the plot ended. But yeah, it is crazy. And then, I'm going to try and be more confident with the stuff and try and bring this together more, bring my art, I always seem to have everything in separate areas. I need to start bringing them together. That's kind of what this channel is too, is I want to bring stuff together. I wanted to bring people to a place where I can communicate and talk to people directly. I know that not everyone's going to drift over. Some people just want to watch that one thing, and that's fine. But to have a place where I can post a comic and then explain like why I did the stuff I did in the comic is just like another level. Like, I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to be like, this character, like what I was trying to do with this guy, and that's kind of what I want to do here too. Like, so I finally have it. I finally have somewhere where I can bring people, I can chill, I can just talk. And then on the other side, I have my VRChat stuff going to keep the VRChat people happy. We are in VRChat right now. I am vlogging. We got the vlog people, keeping them happy as I talk about my art. There we go. The tie-in is complete. VRChat is literally infinite. I can come on here and talk about anything and it will fit with my channel. Let's go. We're finally doing it. Oh my god. I just had it flash in my mind like this is like kind of like the Tailskip metaverse where everything just comes together, and then I just wanted to like die. And now I really wish I hadn't told you guys in the video. But cut. Not in the video. I'm just kidding. But you know, like, it's just so crazy. It's and it just makes me happy to think that all this stuff is finally coming together. It took a few years, but I finally have somewhere where I can talk to people freely, and VRChat has given me that opportunity, so that's great. Again, I will eventually have some drawing videos, but for now, I'm happy and I'm content to have hit the 400. Insane. I don't know what like I said, I just have this feeling that next year is going to be like a big year. I don't know why. It's probably not. It's probably going to be nothing, but I just kind of have this feeling. I have this feeling stuff is going to start going crazy eventually. We're kind of on a little bit of a coast mode until new avatar is finished. I'm just waiting on the outfits, and then I'll probably have some other work to do, but mostly it's put together at this point. It's mostly good and ready to go, except for the last few things. So, you know, once that comes in, I still have 2 horror videos and then 2 extras related to that to go up. And I have been trying so hard. Every video I have to be like, no tails, do not reveal anything. And I'm so glad you guys are excited for the new avatar, because I'm so excited to show it off. Like, I wanted to do it so bad. Like, it's all uploaded right now. It's on my avatar. I could pull up the wheel and show you guys some stuff now, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. P.S. If you guys like this character, I'm going to say it again in the actual video, but if you guys like this character and the way it looks, go over to my comics, because literally, like, this is the Tailskip flair. You can find this kind of character, not this character, but similar characters in my comics. So if you enjoy this avatar, then please go check it. Always linked in the description. My comic called Tame. Again, future. We'll make videos about Tame in the future too. I stand and actually talk about it. I did do one in the past, but it was like early days. Didn't really have much structure. Didn't really have much of a plan. I never do. It won't. Even if I make a new one now, it won't have any structure or planning. But it will be. I'll be in a better place mentally in the channel. It was like early days on my channel. I was still trying to find my place. But anyway, thank you guys. I'm done talking about myself and my art, at least for now. So thank you guys so much for 400 subscribers in a year. Completely insane for anything I've ever done before. So grateful for that. I'm excited to see what happens in these last few months. I'm really excited to share my new avatar with you. I hope you guys are. I know you guys are still enjoying the content on this channel. We keep trying to bring the fun. We're finding mini games and stuff to play, even bringing back some old ones, and those have been fun to play again, like Dead Men Walking. You guys have been enjoying that. We'll probably get more of those videos going, even though we suck. I still don't know. I'm not even kidding when I say I've never played a shooter. I have never played a shooter. And then there's me just like completely carrying and like getting headshots. I don't get it. I don't understand. When I first got the headset, you know, you start out with those like little games where you just like baby's first VR game and you're like shooting things and stuff. Well, I was put into a game with like shooting arrows, and I was like getting bullseyes like on the dot, and everyone's going like, what the hell, like, how is this your first time playing this? We've been playing this for a long time and you're just getting like, I don't know, apparently have amazing aim in VR. Who knew? Who knew? But yeah, anyway, we've been having a lot of fun with that. We've just been having so much fun, and I'm so excited for the new avatar because I want to use it. I want to use it. Like, I love this look, but I have other things I want to show off too, and I want to use. But anyway, patience is a virtue. We keep saying this. All good things come to those who wait. So I'm gonna end the video here. Rambled on enough. I always say it's gonna be short, and then it's been like 20 minutes, and I'm still talking. But yes, this time I'm actually ending the video. Thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next video for whatever it may be. Goodbye.